Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and I'm very, very excited about today's show. We all want to be happy, and you must have heard Pehla Sukh Nirogi Kaya. So, if you are not healthy, then happiness slips away. And also, the ancient wisdom and the tradition and the wholesome way of living, which has been a part of, call it Indian tradition, call it Hindu tradition, uh, is the cool thing nowadays. So it's very, very interesting for us to know about Hindu University of America. Some of you may not even be aware that something like that exists. So we'll talk about that, and we'll also be talking about healthy living, how that is related to our wellness. We learn from Dr. Sahila ji, who joins me now. Welcome, Dr. Sahila ji.
Welcome, Ashok ji. So happy to be here and so happy to represent Hindu University of America in American soil and happy to get this opportunity. And my name is Dr. Sahila. For people who don't know, I'm an internal medicine doctor who passionately teaches wellness through my organization, Wellness with Sahila.
Wonderful. So that wellness with Sahila is here with us. There's a wonderful website which has tons of information. But
Thank
let me, because your relationship with the Hindu University also is related to what your passion or the
my goals.
Absolutely. So, let's talk a little bit about how this wellness with Saila came into being after your 15 years of practice in the field of internal medicine.
Yes, yes. So in 2002, I came here, like any aspiring young doctor, did my residency training, which is very tough, very hard to go through that. And then after 15 years of practicing here, I had some personal experiences when I lost my father about 10 years ago, and I went into depression. So at that point, I was in the peak of my career. I was like working in four different hospitals, had three amazing kids, wonderful spouse, and everything was going so good. But this trigger of losing my father was something that I could not bear. I sinked into depression, and that's when I met my psychiatrist, and I approached him myself, saying that something is wrong, and I was started on three different antidepressants. I was not at all happy with the side effects. I was losing hair, I was gaining weight, a lot of mood symptoms, thyroid problems, um, nodules in thyroid, so many things. So that by then I was already practicing yoga, but not in depth. And I said, I was only 38 when I was diagnosed with this, and I said, I'm not going to live like this for the rest of my life. And I wanted to be me, not like a patient, not like somebody who's sick. So that is when I started diving deep into chakras, yoga chakras. And what I learned in yoga chakras was a whole different world of fascinating science.
Forgive
When
me
people talk,
yeah,
yeah.
forgive me to interrupt you. Just if you feel comfortable, what was it about your father? I think he probably had a lot of influence. Indeed, the emotional bonding and love is there. But you want to say
Yes.
something about, because that doesn't normally happen the way it happened. It affected you.
Yeah, so he was my my go-to guy, the hero who motivated me to study medicine, supported me. He was not from a very well-to-do family, or he did not have a lot of money to make me study, but he always was there. So when I lost him, it was like as if my Mooladhara, in chakras, seven chakras, the foundation is the first chakra, the root chakra, the Mooladhara chakra was gone. When Mooladhara chakra is shaky, then the tree is going to fall. And that is exactly what I didn't understand all this that time. But as I dived into the wisdom of chakras and I understood how my entire life became shaky after that. And that's when I started diving deep into it, read books by all the many ancient yogis, including Swami Vivekananda ji, Swami Satyananda Saraswati ji, Swami Yogananda Paramhamsa ji, so
So,
many other
so this was
yeah,
this was going parallel to your interaction
treatment.
with the psychiatrist
Yeah,
and this
with the
study.
psychiatrist. And then I was also taking charge of my health, saying I want to change, I want to get better, and I want to do something that is permanent, not like for the temporary. That is what we usually do in modern medicine. I'm not here attacking modern medicine, but there are some things that cannot be completely cured, and we'll talk about that later.
So
So
let me yeah,
depression is one such thing
yeah,
where you have to keep taking pills, you have to keep going to therapy, and unless you take in charge of your health, it's very difficult to become pill free.
absolutely. So let me digress little bit slightly, and that is so there is modern medicine, and I'm also not attacking modern medicine or the Western way of living, but what we are sharing tells us that the wholesome perspective of life and understanding of chakras and what
Yes,
is it that is the essence of life, etc. Somewhere is rooted in the Sanatan traditions, or call them Hindu traditions. So let me bring real quick something about Hindu University, which sort of helped you in sort of disseminating the knowledge which you felt is so powerful and important and helpful
yes.
for everyone. So here is a small 30-second information about Hindu University, and then we'll come back to Dr. Sahila ji, who is also working with the university as faculty.
Cosmology
Yeah.
and philosophy. Discover the treasure of ancient Vedic wisdom at Hindu University of America, an online university with global access and outstanding faculty, which has been setting standards of excellence across 7 areas of Hindu Dharma study through 12 plus programs and 120 courses shape the future of Sanatan Dharma in the world. Join Hindu University of America.
So that's in the University of America, and you were naturally drawn towards it. That happened through someone who consulted you. So now we'll come back to the trajectory of your journey. I just wanted to bring this perspective of Hindu University also. So this is the basic information which our viewers can learn more through hua.edu, and there are many courses that are being offered. And if I take this moment to mention there is a graduate division, Master of Arts in Hindu Studies, Master of Arts in Sanskrit Studies, Doctor of Hindu Studies, Integrated MA, and Sahila, these are also interesting programs for community members. And indeed, we come back to you with the moment when you found yourself pulled, if I use the word, towards Ayurveda and this alternative way of healing others.
Yes. Mhm. So once I started realizing that this is not mystical or magical, there is a science to it. And I started diving deep into it. And over the number of years, I think within a span of 4 years, my psychiatrist was so happy with my treatment plan and with my improvement. He started tapering, and I was slowly taken off of all the medicines. It has been 5 years since I'm off the pills, and I have never needed to go back to it even once. So
Hmm.
that is the effect of the chakra healing practices. Of course, it doesn't happen overnight. Anything that is so powerful, so healing and permanent requires a sadhana. So in yoga we don't call exercise, that's why we call sadhana, meaning daily spiritual practices that one must do. So that is what I teach my students, that is what I teach and Hindu University of America for yoga studies, and I still continue to do that even today. And that is my goal, to teach this to all the people out there.
Sahila, we will take few tips from you, but I just want you to share how it is for you comparing one role of Dr. Sahila, internal medicine, busy morning till late night or whatever, and this slightly different role, uh, that pressure which builds up when you have so many things happening for you in terms of demands or pressure, and now it is more happening with your control, probably, as I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah. So when I started realizing that this was my passion and I had a lot of interest and I wanted to teach this, that's when I slowly stopped the traditional practice of internal medicine, and I founded my own organization called Wellness with Sahila in year 2020. And the goal here is to teach people and all my clients to be pill free, stress free, and disease free. Of course, it's a very big ideal goal and it doesn't happen overnight. But whatever we are doing here, whatever I'm doing here in Wellness with Sahila, and all the faculty members that are doing for at Hindu University of America, I consider it as a movement towards a better community, a better future, and also a movement that is going to help our future generations. And that is what is the goal of the whole wellness thing.
Yeah, let me see these slides to sort of
Yeah.
learn more.
Yeah, so if you look at the this slide, you're going to see the chakras from a purely scientific perspective. And this is not how I was taught by my yoga gurus in India. Of course, they were teaching it in a much yeah, authentic way, more ancient way. But I felt for the educated people, for the people who are learning science today in America, if you teach them in terms of the endocrine organs, then they are able to connect with the chakras instantly. So if you look here, the lowermost chakra is the Muladhar, which is connected to the testicles, and that is why it is producing testosterone. The second chakra is connected to the ovaries, so that is Swadhisthana, and it is producing estrogen. The third is Manipura at in the belly, and that is at the navel chakra, Nabi chakra. And this is connected to the adrenal gland and pancreas. And of course, no, definitely it helps with the metabolism. Then comes thymus gland, which is connected with the T cells and immunity. So very important for our immunity, and this is the most crucial chakra. And if you see, it is right at the center of the body, and everybody knows how important the heart is, you know. And when this is blocked, we can lead to autoimmune illness and cancer. So this is a very crucial chakra, very tough to unblock also. But we have certain methods our gurus and rishis have taught, which can be taught to the people. And then there is thyroid gland, again, very commonly affected in women. Why it is 9 times more commonly seen in women, those things also we are going to address in the chakra program, because there are so many questions that go unanswered in modern medicine today. Why this is common, why this affects, why there is no treatment for these things. All those things we will be addressing in the program. Then comes the pineal gland, which is our Agnya chakra. It's also called the Bindu chakra. See, such a beautiful tradition that our ancestors have passed on to us, and we wear a bindi without realizing the importance of the Agnya chakra. So that is located here, and this is the satellite center of our body. And then comes the Sahasrara, which is 10 finger breadths from Agnya chakra. If you do this, and where your thumb intersects, that is your Sahasrara chakra, the thousand petal chakra. So why they call it thousand petals? Because that is the where the all the neuronal connections in the brain are happening. So when our rishis and maharishis were referring to petals, they were actually referring to the ganglias and neuronal connections. So but they had to make it very simple that even common man can understand. So the in Muladhar, when they say four petals, it is actually four ganglions that are meeting there. They're conglomerating. Again, in Swadhisthana, you would have heard there are six ganglions. Like this, everything has a scientific correlation, but used Sanskrit words. So that is how I like to teach the chakra system to the students or clients who are coming to me, and they're able to understand their body. So that
Yes,
is the whole purpose.
So allow me to just bring the layman's perspective as
Yeah.
we grew up, the way we heard it when you are talking about Mooladhar Chakra and Swadhisthana, etc. In now, things have started changing and people have started paying respect to these terminology. But earlier, people used to think that it is something which is not for educated people. But if you say the kind of glands, the scientific names, then they say, oh, this is an MBBS guy, he knows much more, etc. But I think where you are right now, you found a space which is overlapping. So this is
Yes.
a merging or kind of fusion, or rather having that insight where you see there is a sense of oneness somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
So
Integrated into the, and this is what is, I believe, is going to be the futuristic approach, because there are so many illnesses today where, when we start looking at the epidemiology and World Health Organization, they're only predicting it is going higher and higher, right? Say, take for example, obesity. 43% are obese in America. In 2030, they are saying 50% are going to be obese. So then what is the use if they are predicting it is going to go up? And then we are spending millions and billions on modern medicine, on pharmaceuticals. Then this is not what we want, right? There is a steady increase. Same thing with depression. World Health Organization is talking about an epidemic of depression, and now I'm seeing younger and younger people are coming to me for depression. Same thing with diabetes. 37 million, almost 40 million Americans have diabetes. And let me tell you, 97 million, almost close to 100 million, are pre diabetic. So, what does pre diabetic mean? They are going to become future diabetes. So everybody is predicting the numbers are going up. So what is the root cause of this? The root cause is that we are not addressing the root cause of these illnesses. That is the reason why everybody is predicting all these illnesses going up. Again, same thing with cancer. So if you look, Ashok ji is showing this slide, and here in this program, I will be showing how to identify the blockages, and what happens when these blockages happen, chakra blockages, and what is the emotional connection, what is the endocrine gland connection. For example, let's talk, since we talked about obesity and diabetes, it is all related to third chakra, the Manipura chakra, right? So if we don't address the root cause of the problem, these numbers are going to keep going up. There will be new medicines that are coming, but the numbers are not going to come down. Clear? And that is, we are seeing that for many, many years now.
so
Yeah,
from
go ahead.
ignorant person's point of view, when
Yeah.
you talk about identify imbalance, does it suggest that there is a balance which should exist or which is there, and when that balance between different chakras is not sustained, it results into what you have given in this
Yeah,
picture?
in this.
There is a
Yeah,
heart.
so correct. Yeah, good question. So when we say we are imbalanced, that means, yes, in a normal situation with the normal environment, these things are in balance. But today it is not like that. We have triggers, stress is high, environment, there is pollutions, and there are hormones fed into our food products, the bottled ingredients, packaged ingredients, all these fast food. So all these things are in the environment constantly, right? So that will going to upset the chakras, and when that gets upset, instead of correcting these factors, we are going and taking pills. What they are doing, they're masking the symptoms. So when symptoms are produced in the body, they're actually crying out loud and telling, please do something.
Yeah.
When
So,
these symptoms are coming.
Dr. Sahila, I don't see anybody who has complete balance in all these chakras. Why I am saying it is what you have written, crown, third eye, etc. If you read, so many people say I always have inability to express myself. Many people are resistant to change, and so I think I haven't met anybody where I will say that this person has all the chakras balanced. Many people have ego.
Of
Most of them
course,
are
of
confused
course.
people.
Yes,
We
yes.
are, and then the root chakra says feeling disconnected from the world. So, who is not disconnected? If not now, maybe
So
yesterday he
basically,
was.
yeah. So what in the chakra cleansing system, what we should do, or that is how it has been taught by our ancestors, is we start from the bottom. I'm sure you've heard the Kundalini, right? So this energy is the chakra system is part of the Kundalini yoga. It's a primitive section of the Kundalini yoga. So what our sages have discovered is that this energy is lying dormant, and we are not using this energy because we are not aware of it, we are not taught about it, and we don't know how to use it. So whenever there is a little bit of imbalance triggers in our system or outside, then these chakras, the energy is caught, or it is lying dormant, or it is sleepy in the Mooladhara chakra. So we slowly try to ascend it, and of course, not everybody will reach Agnya and Sahasrara, right? So if you want like examples, you can say Sadhguru Ji, Baba Ramdev Ji, they probably have reached Agnya and Sahasrara. Not all of us can reach that, right? Because it requires years of tapas and sadhana, and not only of this life, but also of the previous life, right? That is how our sages have taught this thing. But having said that, we should not stop trying. That is what Sri Krishna always says. We cannot give up our duty because it is not going to happen to in this life. So we have to start the journey, and make the commitment that yes, I am going to do this for my mind and body. I want to live stress free. I want to live pill free. I want to live disease free. Whether I reach that goal in this life or next life, we don't know, but
Absolutely.
if we do the commitment, then we are going to at least reach at a certain point. Like how you said, na? We might reach at a certain point. We may not become like the big yoga gurus, and that is the tradition. That is how it is taught.
Yeah, so there is always limitation of time in our
Yes,
life as well as in the programs of this kind. But at least I think we have enough of stimulation
yes,
to
yes,
learn more, and we know that there is something wonderful out there. So let me quickly bring the books that are
yes,
going to be available, and there is a Science of Kundalini, and you
yes.
have written a book on
So
marriage.
these are the upcoming books. There are already three books which are published, which you can show. Yeah. So this is the Chakra handbook that I recommend for my Chakra students. It has all the handouts with the QR code. So if you're, you don't have to print the handouts. So I make like how I shared pictures initially. I will be preparing these handouts. These are all prepared by me. So there will be very simple scientific basic handouts for everything. About 90 handouts are there, 90 in the book, in the QR code. And then there is other books that I supplement, like 21 steps to reprogram the mind, which is for getting out of depression, getting out of stress, getting out of anxiety, guilt, fear, all these things. And each chapter is dedicated to each stress. And then there is cancer. And then coming books, all the upcoming books also you already showed. There is about obesity, there is about science of Kundalini, and then marriage. So marriage relationships are very important, so I included that. That is also part of my counseling.
Wonderful.
So yeah, so these
Yeah,
are all available on Amazon.
yeah, I'm afraid the time doesn't allow us to talk at length about this roadmap to chakra alignment, but we'll have some other session hopefully soon where we'll dive deep and learn more. But it's such an exciting conversation. I think when you meet someone like Dr. Sahila who has been through it, and then she didn't stop and she didn't let the situation keep her down. She found her way, and the struggle that she has gone through creatively, with faith, with practice, she's, I would say, out of her compassion, is sharing that wealth of knowledge through wellness with Saila, as well as faculty of Hindu University University of America
Absolutely.
also. And there is
And
much more that is
yeah,
coming.
and we also have an upcoming lot of retreats. So please, take part in that. And it's this. So this is not only restricted to online program. Our president wants to go beyond that. We want to have in-person workshops. So we do that in every quarter. Yeah, that is the pictures that. So we are going to do every quarter in Florida, Orlando. We have our own little resort. We have students collected there. All our faculty members come there, and we want to teach the Sattvic way of life, the Sanatani way of life, the Vedantic way of life, everything, the Ayurvedic way of life. So please take advantage of these programs, because now you're getting this in American soil. You
Wonderful.
don't have to fly and go to India.
So, Dr. Sahila, I appreciate you joining us, and we'll have more sessions about different ways in which Hindu University of America is reaching out and sharing that ancient wisdom uh, in the terms that are easy for us to understand and follow.
Definitely.
I
Definitely.
sincerely appreciate you, and I commend you on your journey. Thanking her
Thank
and
you,
thanking
Ashwin.
all of you for being with us with lots and lots of
Thank you so much.
information.
Thank you so much.